The Diplomat, 25th of October 2023, China's desperate quest for foreign funding begins with the Taliban. Under President XI Jinping, China is currently in a death spiral and is looking for ways to sell its low-quality goods and services all over the world while also offering high-interest loans in an attempt to make quick money. Due to its record on human rights, the Taliban administration in Afghanistan is facing resistance from the West but is making some headway in securing other forms of economic cooperation. China, the debtor with no questions asked, appears to be offering the most promising support. For quite some time, the Taliban have been attempting to formally join the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, to capitalize on Chinese investment in Afghanistan's mining industry. Haji Nuruddin Azizi, the acting Minister for Commerce and Industry for the Taliban, went to Beijing to attend the Belt and Road Forum, which was held on October 17 to 18 to commemorate the multi-billion-dollar project's 10th anniversary. Speaking with reporters, Azizi said he had made headway with his Chinese counterparts to include Afghanistan in the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, and to resurrect funding for projects like the Kashkari oil field and the Mesinak copper mines. There may be $50 billion in undeveloped copper reserves near the Mesinak copper mines in Afghanistan's Logar province. In 2008, when former Afghan President Hamid Karzai was in office, a Chinese joint venture called MCC was awarded a 30-year contract to harvest copper from the site. However, security concerns prevented the project from beginning, and it was shelved in 2014. Upon regaining control in August 2021, the Taliban have redoubled their efforts to entice Chinese foreign direct investment back into the project. Even if the two parties have been negotiating the mines for more than a year, there are still issues to be resolved about royalties and taxes. In contrast, the Kashkari oil field is now in use. The current daily extraction rate is 300 tons. On the other hand, the Taliban government wants to increase output to 1,000 tons per day. The Taliban are courting the Chinese National Oil Company to invest an additional $162 million this year and $540 million over the following 3 years to achieve this. Although human rights issues continue to be the primary barrier to foreign collaboration with the Taliban, statements and actions from China indicate that Beijing is unlikely to view these issues as a barrier to forging economic ties with Afghanistan. In a position statement on Afghanistan published in April, the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs promised not to meddle in Afghanistan's domestic affairs, including religion and national customs. Then Foreign Minister of China Qin Gang continued, saying that religion rather than women's rights was the root cause of Afghanistan's problems. Beijing, which has never before appointed a full-time ambassador to Afghanistan, supported its declarations of support and sympathy for the Taliban in September. In light of the situation, Afghanistan, ruled by the Taliban, may soon join the BRI. Entering the BRI will give the Taliban political recognition from a significant world power, as well as opportunities for international economic collaboration. Doha is also economically involved in Afghanistan, just like Beijing was. Doha brokered the 2021 agreement that led to the withdrawal of the United States and NATO from Afghanistan. Contracts totaling $200 million were inked earlier this month for developing the Jabal Sarraj cement plant in the Parwan province by two domestic companies, one Qatari enterprise, and the Taliban's Ministry of Mines and Petroleum. The concerned Qatari company stated that the deal resulted from discussions with Afghanistan's Ministry of Mines and Petroleum that lasted for 10 months. The Taliban are also pursuing economic diplomacy with Turkmenistan and Iran, two nearby countries. The Afghanistan Railway Authority and the Iranian Railway Consortium recently signed a contract to operate the Kaf Herat railway line. To import energy from Turkmenistan, The Taliban have also enlisted the help of a domestic enterprise to finance the final stretch of a 500 km transmission line, which will cost $75 million, from Turkmenistan to Kabul. The project was not finished under the administration of former Afghan President Ashraf Ghani, despite having been started in 2016 with funding assistance from the Asian Development Bank. The West will continue to be cautious about engaging economically with the Taliban regime in Afghanistan due to human rights concerns, particularly about the treatment of women and the Taliban's ties to international terrorist organizations. Consequently, the Taliban is beginning with the nations that are most likely to be open to economic diplomacy and actual investments in Afghanistan, regardless of its violent past or the possibility of future atrocities. The Taliban have made significant progress in their negotiations with China, which intends to use the terrorist group as a weapon in their conflict, much like Hamas did in the Middle East. This could help to strengthen the regime's domestic and international legitimacy while also potentially improving the lives of Afghans during their period of isolation from the outside world. It remains to be seen, though, if China's economic ties with the Taliban can help prevent human rights abuses in Afghanistan and stop terrorism originating from the country, or if they will worsen the situation on both fronts.